Hey everybody, I'm Shane.
I'm Lex.
Welcome to it. All right.
If you were listening a little earlier, it's our AA meeting, or lack thereof.
Yes. Welcome to it. We're going to do uninstalling Microsoft Office. Now we've got some questions initially, from what I understand. Annie barking in the old ear, saying we've got some questions. So before you keep on chugging the whiskey, let's go ahead and jump on those. So let's go ahead and move on to it. It says, the desktop capture is running. Should we just run it again?
Restart it?
Yep.
All right, while we're doing that, I'm going to drink, so make all of you who are not drinking feel bad. That is so good.
You can only show two things, or one thing. You don't want us. You want the actual...
Yeah, I just don't want to watch what we're doing.
All right, I'm running it. I started it up.
All right. Hold up.
How'd up.
Exactly.
You know, Annie does the best hoed up of anybody I know. So, okay, so Shane, basically, I mean, I know we're not showing this in the background, but
Let's just go
you
ahead and
can.
start that question.
Yeah, going to do the question? Go for it.
Oh, there we go.
Well, the problem is showing our desktop. So, all right. So will this cover both an Office 365 uninstall and a traditional CD type of installation? Hi, Doug. What we're going to do is, the answer to your question is
Kinda?
yes. No, yes. It's just what we're doing. We had Chris, our PowerShell extraordinaire, rip up some scripts a little while ago so that we could have packages that would uninstall Office that didn't. That kind of already went through the registry and answered the questions. If you recall previous uninstall Office packages, you kind of had to do some due diligence.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it's an Office 365 installation or an Office 2013, it really doesn't matter. What we do is look at the installed applications, look in the registry, and then kind of traverse the file system to find the edition of Office, not just the version, but the edition, whether it's professional or standard or whatever, and then kind of create the necessary uninstall files on the fly. So the answer to your question is yes, but I wanted to just say that we don't really make a difference between Office 365 and another Office installation. We just grab that information from the registry because it's all the same.
Basically,
anyway.
runtime stuff, yeah.
Yep. Hopefully that answers that question.
Whoa, there it is, the background.
All right.
High five for JJ.
So these are not in the package library right now, mainly because, well, we're going to kind of put it through a little test right now before we put them up there. But we will put some up there, and we ask for your feedback.
Yeah.
Say, hey, this works, this doesn't work. It's going to be, definitely run this at your own risk, and test it always.
Test it before you launch it to everybody, yeah. So, I get a lot of...
or don't.
Support questions that
Don't call
are
me.
saying, I've got that uninstall string in inventory, and it's not working.
That is a damn good question. Yes, okay. So I'm going to open up PDQ Inventory. Sorry, that window was probably messing up JJ there. So if we look at, there's some built-in Microsoft Office collections. We're just going to go to those. So we look at Office 2007. We've got two machines that have 2007. If we open up Wolverine, and you'll see, there it is, Office 2007. Now, if you have Pro or Enterprise version of Inventory, you can do an uninstall. But remember, the uninstall from Inventory, we're primarily making it easier for you to uninstall, but in many cases, there are some things that are needed. Number one, if you see an MSI exec right there for an uninstall, that's usually a slam dunk because we know what the silent parameters are. When you right-click this and say uninstall, we automatically go, we grab the uninstall string from the registry. This is what the vendor of this application placed in the registry as the uninstall string. This is a string, the command that's executed when you go to your control panel to remove the program. So this is almost always an interactive uninstall, meaning you have to answer questions. With the MSI exec, we actually
You put the sound parameters
Yeah,
in there.
we just say /x instead of /i, and we add the QN and the no restart.
Boom.
But for EXEs, there's usually some additional information and that are required, like you have to do a /s or a -uninstall or something.
Sometimes you just got to go out and look for the silent uninstall parameters.
Correct. Office takes it even an extra level. When you hit uninstall Office, there's actually another parameter you need to add here to make it silent, and you need to have a corresponding XML file. And that's where people will run this and say, hey, this isn't uninstalling. Well,
not
guess
working.
what? This command is meant to be run interactive because we're just grabbing this from what the vendor wrote. That's where these packages come in, okay? So let's take a quick peek at these before we commit them. I'm gonna minimize inventory. So right now, thanks to Chris, he's got a bunch of scripts out there. Now this does, I think it requires PowerShell 3. I believe so. We haven't tested this on XP or 2003. Feel free to try it if you want, but it may not work. Pardon me. I believe this requires PowerShell 3. Anyway, let's look at like Microsoft Office 2007. Now all we're doing, it's one step. That step calls a PowerShell script, .ps1. How can you tell .ps1? How do we run? So a lot of people don't even realize they can specify a PowerShell script in an install step.
Well, the nice thing about it is if you do select a PS1, we understand that that's what it is, a PowerShell. And so if you look at the command line, kind of right behind my head and Shane's head there, you'll see the PowerShell and then what's attached, what we naturally attach to that.
Yeah, we see that. We see that it's an extension. So we say we're going to run this PowerShell. This is a PowerShell script, and we're going to give the necessary parameters. So anyway, let's take a peek at this, though. This is going to go into your repository, and I'll edit that real quick. Now, you don't necessarily have to take a screenshot because, like I say, if you want, we're going to add these up to the package library. But effectively, this is a PowerShell script that goes through the registry, looks for like Microsoft Office with 2007 somewhere in the name. If you don't want to commit this, if you want to run this and just see if it detects 2007, you see the second to last command there, start process, you can comment that out with a pound sign. By commenting that out, it won't actually uninstall what it finds, but you will see the output log telling you what it would have done. In fact, let's just do that real quick. I'm just going to hit save on this. And I'm going to deploy this. So this is not actually going to uninstall, but this is, I want to tell you, for those of you who might be a little jittery to try this out.
And there's nothing wrong with being jittery. Safety first, guys.
Yep, so this is a,
Dunmire?
was it Dunmire?
Dunmire.
Or Wolverine or something like that.
Either or.
So once again, I commented out that start process command, meaning it's not actually going to uninstall, but the way Chris wrote this, it's going to throw a comment into the output log so you can see that what it would have uninstalled.
Now, I'm just going to do a little plug for Chris. Chris is an amazing PowerShell guy. He's got the best PowerShell blog out there.
He's great.
And you can find it on our blogs, guys.
So notice it was successful because once again, it didn't uninstall. It would take longer to do that. There's the output log. Click on that. And sure enough, it does find that. It sees that the product ID is Pro Plus. That's what stuck up the process for a lot of people. People had to go find that particular product ID, and it varied based on your edition. So yes, this did find Office Professional Plus 2007, and it says this is what the script would have run. So now I'm going to go ahead and modify that. I'm going to uncomment that out.
I think you got it open down there already, buddy.
Oh, you're right. Remove that last little pound. All right, and now we're going to go ahead and do this. Now,
redeploy it, yeah.
One thing I want to show you also on Dunmire. Dunmire is one of those few machines, and I'm just anticipating this question coming up. Of what if you have multiple versions of Office and you only want to uninstall one of them? So if you notice it I'm going to type in this filter here. on the installed applications.
There we
There's
go.
two. There's 2007 and 2013. So if I want to uninstall just 2007, I'm going to push out the uninstall 2007 package, and it's going to keep 13.
We taking bets on that?
No.
All right,
Well, yeah, I'll bet that it won't work. How's that? I always play the odds.
play the odds. I'll
So we'll
take
just
that
run-
bet. I trust Chris.
We'll just do Dunmeyer. Remember, I've commented.
Now,
that
if it was
out
you
now
or
on
me
social.
writing that PowerShell script, I'd be like, ooh, not so sure about that. But
Right.
Chris seems to be just, like spot on. with
Yeah,
these
Chris
things.
just rips that stuff out. Was there another question I heard?
It is a long question. I've tried using PDQ Inventory to perform this uninstall in the past, only to have it fail. I think we actually already answered this, but I'll keep reading. I tried on different machines with different versions and different types of installations, CD and 365. We are now fully Office 365, but I have trouble with some users.
You know what? We can go ahead. I see that now. Hi, Doug. Thanks again for the question. So yes, you tried uninstalling from inventory, and that's where that problem came in. So what we're going to show you here is this should work for you.
Yeah.
All right. So this is uninstalling. Obviously, it takes a little while. So let's take a peek at PDQ inventory. We have 31 machines that have Office. Let's grab a couple from 2010.
Let's hit Costanza and Cunningham.
Costanza and Cunningham. One cool thing is Cunningham's a 32-bit. Costanza's a 64, so we'll be able
It's
to
not
do
gonna
both.
matter in this, huh? Excellent.
Shouldn't matter at all. And then we'll do some 2013, I guess. We'll keep Dunmeyer since we want to show them
But
that one.
Jobin.
Yeah, so Dunmeyer, notice it all of a sudden just kicked off a scan,
scans,
which
it must be
means
done.
this is done. If we
Excellent.
click this step, pardon me, that was the original. Yep, there it is. So it ran that, picked it up. So now if we look at the inventory for Dunmeyer, remember we had two versions of Office. Now there's the one, 2013.
Hey, good job, Chris.
Way to go. So let's go ahead and you said you were going to do Costanza and Cunningham?
Yeah.
All right, let's do that.
So Chris's shell script doesn't matter on 32 or 64?
Correct.
Love that.
Yeah, Chris is awesome. Cunningham and Costanza. Can't stand you, Costanza. All right.
So this morning, I was talking about this earlier with JJ. So I'm getting coffee this morning. You were there. Chris sneaks up like a ninja next to me. All I do is feel his breath on my neck.
Chris doesn't sneak up like a ninja. You're just that clueless.
Is it
He
that?
just
Is
kinda
that?
plops
No,
behind
really.
you and
Come on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Would love to build a package that installs Office 365 and uninstalls 2013. Which step comes first?
Well, hi, Jackie. I would recommend, though it's not completely necessary, I would recommend that you uninstall first.
Yeah.
I guess I shouldn't say it doesn't really matter. There are some circumstances where it matters and some where it doesn't. For example, if you're doing if you're trying to install Office 365 on top of a 2013, let's say you're trying to install Office 365, the 64-bit version, but this machine, which is a 64 machine target, 64-bit machine, but it has the 32-bit version of 2013, you could run into problems. So if you were talking about like straight 64 to 64, 32 to 32, it should work. But honestly, I would do the uninstall first. That's my recommendation.
I would agree with that, yeah.
Now, what you could do, if you get these packages from the package library once they're put up there, hopefully today.
You build a nested package.
Yeah, just build a nested package. So you'd have your install
Uninstall,
package.
and then-
Just created your first
Oh,
step
yeah?
would be a
Yeah.
nested package to one of these uninstall steps.
True, true.
And then I'm going to ask to those people who are on the chat, there's a package, and we're not sure if we're going to place this up there. This is Uninstall Microsoft Office. And what this does, if you notice, these other packages are per version. This one just says look for any Office and uninstall it, regardless.
That's, again, could be a little bit dangerous because you saw the one that we had 13 and 7 on.
So I'm asking, is this something that people would like? Is this something that would interest you, or are you really just interested in more of the precision? I want to uninstall 2007. I want to uninstall 2010. Yeah. So we're looking for feedback on that.
Yeah.
See how long. So Cunningham was successful. So if we come over here, there it is. Cunningham just left.
Costanza's queued up now, so it looks like it finished
Yep.
too.
So Costanza's queued up. So we'll see Microsoft Office Professional 2010. There's 30 applications on Costanza, but now there's 29 and he's gone.
Boom.
Perfect. So hopefully that answers that question. Whatever the question was. Is there another question, JJ?
Tell you what, I gotta say, that is unbelievably simple.
Yeah, it
People are
is.
saying
For-
there's
for
lots
as-
of interest, guys. For
for-
the,
there's
There's a lot of interest.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you. So what we're going to do, we're going to place that out there. Just obviously keep in mind that the way Chris wrote the uninstall Microsoft Office PowerShell script, it's going to look for any iteration of Microsoft Office and then attempt to uninstall that. So, you know, that's if you really just want to remove Office from
Just
your system.
launch
It'll
it.
kind of
and-
be like the Java alternative where it just blasts away any.
Yeah, except for the Java alternative. That's a good point, JJ.
Yeah.
And I'm not used to you making a good point.
I know.
Gonna have to toast that one to JJ.
To JJ, make a good
Cheers.
point.
Everybody gets one.
to me.
All right. The difference with the Java alternative package, or mostly alternative, is it still ends up installing Java. It just goes kind of full contact. This will just be a full contact uninstall. You know, none of these will install, as Jackie mentioned.
Well, and then the other thing with the Java alternate is we go and just rip stuff out that we know Java's looking for. This is going to actually do a
Yeah, this
actual
one.
Microsoft uninstall.
Yeah, this just looks through the uninstall keys in the
grabs
registry and
all
says,
of them.
look for Microsoft Office and uninstall it. So we've tested this on a bunch of different versions. Let's just go out. Let's just go out and see if we can do uninstall 365. Let's do it to Chef. How's that sound?
Chef?
Yeah, I haven't tested this one yet, so watch this one crap the bed.
Okay, Chris, your reputation's on the line, buddy.
So we're gonna run that.
Oh, 365. I thought we were going to do the uninstall any of the offices.
Oh, we could do that. No, I was just saying. I wanted to test the 365.
We should uninstall Office on Kristen's machine.
That sounds.
That's fantastic.
Just sounds fantastic. Just remind people who the bosses are in here, right? Sysadmin.
Always
you
the
guys are
IT
the
guy.
boss. Remember, never let people think you can't mess with
Just
them.
don't do it to Annalisa because she'll kill you.
That she would.
I still, just Annalisa, our offices are kind of our offices are close to a homeless shelter, and Annie gets off the train and has to walk next to it.
Brass knuckles.
Yeah, I love it. Her dad's like, well, if you're kind of in a dangerous area, hey, some people will take pepper spray or mace, or this is Utah, guns. Now he gives her brass knuckles. He wants her into the fight.
Just get actively involved and just messing up that meth head.
Yeah. If you see Annie, she doesn't weigh even $1.05. So I still love that. Anyway,
I got to tell you though, she can punch, man.
I don't
We were
know.
having a little punching contest the
haven't
other
been on
day.
the-
Jason hit me, Annie hit me. I'm like,
I haven't been on the business end of either of those guys.
yeah.
Pass.
Do we pass?
Yeah.
Do we have?
We got another question.
Yeah, sure.
Got another question, and then one of these times we got to get Annie to do one of her hoed ups on air. People will love
She'll
that.
she'll do it right now. And I need you to do a hold up. Yeah.
Hold up.
And you don't even watch South Park. That's adorable.
Still haven't showed her that clip.
We are planning on upgrading from Office. By the way, hi Brendan. We are planning on upgrading from Office 2010 to 2013/2016. Would we need to back up users' files? I was waiting for this question actually.
Good one.
Before the upgrade. It's always good to back up. Now, the cool thing about the uninstall from Microsoft is, years ago, Microsoft made the effort of separating, JJ, you're talking over us. Microsoft made the effort of separating the application from the user's data. So you should be okay, honestly. But obviously, test this out. We always recommend testing it out. I've seen that the user's data, Outlook files, certainly existing files are saved. As far as the user's data, that is supposed to be separate from the application.
It is.
So preferences that they have should be okay. Now, where I'm not sure is uninstalling.
Outlook.
When
Outlook?
you're uninstalling one, if there's two versions of Office installed, and you uninstall one, that might remove users' preferences for both. And in that case, they might have to, when it opens up Office, type in their initials again and their name and stuff like that. That's when you're removing one version, but there's more than one already installed. I've seen that behavior, so just keep that in mind. But for the most part, certainly the data itself should be fine. I mean, Microsoft is pretty big about that. In fact, when you go, we're obviously our products are Windows applications, and in order to be copacetic and everything cool with Microsoft, they want to know, do you have your data like in app data or program data as opposed to program files, etc.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Sean just brought in Annalise's brass knuckles to show everybody.
They are.
Check that out.
It's
Put 'em
Batman.
on.
It's like Batman. So
is,
this is
yeah.
like,
Here, hold it up
They will do
on the
some-
background so everyone.
dang,
That's
Let
going to kill somebody,
this
Annie.
is a lethal weapon.
That's just
Okay, bend over.
no.
Do we have any more questions out there before we talk about disemboweling Lex?
No, that's it, guys.
All right. Look for this in the package library. We're going to place them up there. And thank you for your feedback. We'll go ahead and put out the uninstall Microsoft Office. Test it out. This is used at your own risk. We've tested this on the English versions. So we're looking for feedback, especially for those that have non-English versions of Microsoft, if there's anything that we need to change on these. Rock on. What was that? You want us
Can we
to
do
another
another 10 minutes?
All right, definitely.
So then we have the death match here? or what?
Definitely putting the brass knuckles back.
Well, I can drink for 10 minutes.
Becomes
That's
a completely
easy.
different show.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, all right. And now for something completely different.
That's fine. We can wrap it up.
All right, that's
All
a
right.
wrap.
Anybody have any other questions? Now's the time to hit it.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think that's it.
All right.
Everything.
All right, well, I'm Shane.
I'm Lex.
We'll talk to you guys another time.
Definitely. Thanks for watching, guys.
Everyone, thanks so much for joining today. If your question was featured during the webcast, if you will email me at webcast@adminarsenal.com so I can get you hooked up with some swag. If you have some questions, you can always go to our site, support.adminarsenal.com. Feel free to ask questions there. You've got a great community out there. We'll see you guys next Thursday.